Thanks so much for watching. Speaking of making healthcare work for you, I'm Stephanie Fields, joined by my co-host, Dr. Apoorv Gupta, and we are talking about the interview that we did with Aman Magoon, the head of product for Nayya. Nayya helps people make decisions about their benefits. They're a platform that goes in and provides hyper personalization, and they actually consider themselves to be a financial wellness company because they help people make proper benefit decisions that fit their budget and their lifestyle and their needs, and prevents you from overspending and recommends things that are going to really provide a safety net for your life experiences and hopefully help you prepare for the unexpected. And I love Naya. I've talked to them before. I'm a big fan and I love what they're doing. I love that they're now incorporating actual financial information like the amount of your mortgage and the amount of debt that you might have other places, along with things like salary, to help factor in what is best for you. Because those are things that, even if you're just considering salary alone with your benefit needs, it doesn't tell the whole picture. And so to be able to have that full spectrum of what you're looking at in your life and how to pick the best benefits for that to help you protect from bankruptcy, which he said is a tremendous problem for people with, even in the world of Obamacare, where you feel like you might be more protected because things are more included, you actually still have increasing number of bankruptcies related to healthcare spending. So I love their full picture. That was probably my number one takeaway, my favorite thing about that. A pour of what stuck out to you for this interview.
Yeah, Stephanie, I can see now why you're such a fan of Naya. Aman did a fantastic job, and I can also see why you're such a benefits wonk. It's amazing. I'm always amazed that you have so much expertise in all these areas of topics that we cover. What really blew me away. I'm not a benefits expert, but what I was really impressed by is the knowledge that they have in their space. They're using all the data that's available to them to help their customers make better decisions, which is tremendous. They're using that data to create personalization, and they're using that data to really bring in all these aspects, as you said, that you don't know anyone else that's bringing in information related to their salary or related to their debt. I find that really fascinating that companies are going to that extent to help people get a more complete picture of the decision that needs to be made. I also find it really fascinating what he had to say about the high deductible health plans, because on the one hand, I think you said you were a big advocate for this,
Mhm.
the high deductible health plans, when you use them wisely, you could actually save a lot of money and wind up putting money into savings, and it's going to grow over time. But on the other hand, if you don't set it up wisely, it could set you up to have a pretty big deductible that could then put you over the brink. So managing that sort of gap and figuring out how to navigate that, I think, is often really critical if you don't want to overspend on healthcare. So what ask you, Stephanie, you said you're such a advocate for high deductible health plans.
Mhm.
I'd love to know kind of maybe some of your tips along those lines.
I would say tip number one, don't disregard it. I think that's, people look at high deductible health plan, they see that big number and they're like, I'm out. And
Mhm.
truthfully, that's crazy because I've been in every spectrum you could possibly be and had a high deductible health plan. I've
Yeah.
had one for nearly 10 years now, and it actually might be 10 years now. And it initially is a little nerve wracking to see that big deductible number. But if you don't have many healthcare expenses, it's a perfect plan for you because you're usually spending potentially thousands of dollars more on a premium for a PPO, a traditional plan, than you are a high deductible health plan, an HDHP. And so those savings alone are usually worth it for somebody who does not have a lot of health issues because the preventive care is covered. The coverage on a PPO and the HDHP through an employer is the same. You have the same coverage. It's just whether you're paying the cost upfront or you're paying it, in a more reduced portion over time.
Hmm.
And another thing that's really great about high deductible health plans is you don't have copays. You don't pay for prescription costs once you hit that once you hit your deductible out of pocket max. Those are two separate things, but often they run concurrently. And
Hmm.
so they're usually very affordable. So if you run the scenarios out of you having any kind of situation, it's usually significantly less expensive to have the high deductible health plan, especially because employers often do contribute money into an HSA for you, a health savings account for you. Those are tax deductible plans that work like 401ks, and you have to, before retirement, use them for healthcare related expenses. But if you save them and you just use them as an investment vehicle, you can use them in retirement as you can any other retirement account. And so
Mhm.
it's really amazing. So the key, like you said, is that when you switch to those plans, you have to prepare a little bit in advance so that you can handle those first couple big hits, which is usually somebody who has a lot of prescription costs. So if
Mhm.
you can find out ahead of time from your HR department or a system like Nayya, if they can provide that information, what that would cost for you to purchase, on the high deductible health plan, and then you can put that amount aside. And then after that, I tell people to start using the premium amount that they would be paying for a PPO and deposit that into your HSA, which then funds some of those initial hits that you have, because it
Mhm.
really is a great plan, but you do have to have an action plan for how to transition to it.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I hope people check out this preview because I think you just loaded a whole bunch of tips for people here. And I think they're going to be very excited to hear our interview with Aman.
All right. Well, thank you all. And thank you for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye bye.